the shoulder, puff out your chest, and be a little bolder. All we do is we buy and hold. There will be shills who wanna steal your thrills. There will be friends who hold till the end. There will be doubt, fear and cloud, but it's all in your head. Those hedges are dead. Panic and fear really are near, but it's not ours to own. We have shown that all we do is buy and hold. Oh, there will be shills who wanna steal your thrills, and there will be friends who hold till the end, and there will be doubt, fear and cloud, but it's all in your head. Those hedges are dead. So when the night's getting colder and you're needing that shoulder, these apes got your back. We got each other. All we do is we buy and hold.
Shove up that deck, get off my neck. Content strike, ain't got me a check. Wrote the dope song, oh ha ha. Jerry was so mad, ain't got no money, ain't got no honey. Just really plain sad. Jerry, are you okay? Are you okay, Jerry? S-T-D, touchdown, had to let you go. Over leverage with compliance and shame. Touch yourself, cause you got no game. Let's say, why are you so mad? Oh, ha ha. Jerry, why so mad? Ain't got no money, ain't got no honey. Just really plain sad. Jerry, are you okay? Are you okay, Jerry? Touchdown, had to let you go. Over leverage with compliance and shame. Touch yourself, cause you got no game. Then say, why are you so mad? Oh, 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 ha, oh. Jerry, why so mad? Ain't got no money, ain't got no honey. Just really plain sad. Jerry, are you okay? Are you okay, Jerry? Jerry, why so mad? Ain't got no money, ain't got no honey. Just really plain sad. Jerry, are you okay? Are you okay, Jerry? S-T-D, touchdown, had to let you go. Over leverage with compliance and shame. Touch yourself, cause you got no game. Let's say, why are you so mad? Oh, ha ha. Jerry, why so mad? Ain't got no money, ain't got no honey. Just really plain sad. Jerry, are you okay? Are you okay, Jerry? Jerry, why so mad? Ain't got no money, ain't got no honey. Just really plain sad. Jerry, are you okay? Are you okay, Jerry? Jerry, why so mad? Ain't got no money, ain't got no honey. Just really plain sad. Jerry, are you okay? Are you okay, Jerry?
Living life on the open road, ain't got no home, just a van for mine. Long beard hanging down, taking AMC, it's all about the line. No ties, no suit and tie, just dark circles round these tired eyes. Sipping coffee, crunching numbers, technically analyzing. Windows roll down, the wind in my head, I embrace the brick grind.
Good evening, you filthy apes. Welcome to AMC with KC, where we buy, we hold, and we screw those edges. Screw 'em! That's right. This is where we like to fling poo and eat crayons for breakfast, and maybe even dinner. Rock strong. Good morning, guys. It's been since Friday since I seen you guys last. I am tired. I'm beat. I'm beat down. I'm injured. I'm all kinds of crazy things, but I'm here. I'm here, and I'm gonna head over to the back of the big tramp. So anybody who wants to join in is more than welcome to. I see that we already have audio tits in the back of the big tramp. Good evening, audio tits. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to get straight to the point. I don't want to be on here for too much longer than an hour because I am just absolutely beat, beyond all beat. And I was going to take medication before I got on, and then I was like, maybe not a good idea. So, we skipped on that.
We'll go.
Yeah, we'll just do In Pain Casey tonight, and I can take drugs as soon as I get done. So let's talk about what's going on. First off, I think the very first thing before we go jumping into numbers, the title for the day is A Disguised Position, Understanding Why Price Moved Down. We got a filing today suggesting that AMC apparently sold shares. I literally just saw you guys saying that and did not even notice that myself. So I had not even seen that information, so that's news to me. But let me show you what's going on here with GME, because I think this is really important to understand why things are happening the way that they're happening. So I'm going to take you guys over to the main page here, and the timeline that I have for the T plus 35 dates. You're going to notice that there's a gap right here. And the reason that I've got this gap, and I'm not 100% certain if I'm supposed to have this gap here or not, but Monday the banks were closed, and there were no settlements on Monday. And if there can't be any settlements on that day, then I think all settlements at any T plus 35 cycle that would have been happening during that period of time would have been extended out one day. But then we had two different places. We had postings of eyes on Monday. And so I know I'm on the right track here. I've got the right timeline down. Question is were the eyes supposed to be on Monday or not? I might end up moving these backwards, but what I want you to notice here is that the above timeline is nearing a disguised emoji face, which is now pushed out to the 15th of November. It was on this Thursday, but it's now on this Friday. If somebody's creating a position, and we've seen time and time and again that Roaring Kitty and GME has used this thumb up, also the OK sign, have been dates where they usually will start their positions to end on either the skull or the sly kitty, meaning the T plus 1 date for delivery is either going to be on disguised position day or on a target date. Those are very, very common reoccurring themes that they've had in these T plus 35 cycles. So if I were to move this back one day, I'm not sure if it's going to be Thursday, if it's going to be, I would imagine that they probably started whatever position that the disguised position today. And that kind of makes me feel like these are supposed to be back where they were, and maybe there were settlements that occurred. But maybe they just, even though they didn't occur on that day, maybe they were just delivered a day late. So I may have to move all these emojis back one. But in regards to, you're probably wondering, like, what are you talking about? These, somebody confirmed the thesis of the looking eyes. There was, let me put it up on the screen. Roaring Kitty's favorite beer company is ominously tweeting again. WTF kind of WTF kind of timeline are we witnessing here? And he doesn't know. He doesn't know what the whole looking eyes and beer cheers is here, and he doesn't know what's going on. There was another source that also posted up looking eyes in reference to that day. So there was actually two different sources that posted up looking eyes. And they seem to know what's going on as well. That day would have been Monday, and Looking Eyes are looking at the target date of when
the positions were being likely exercised the day before or Thursday of last week, so that they would the T+1 would start on the target date. So this is all falling into place here, and part of the reason why I believe price started to fall this week is because if there is a disguised position that's being created, or if somebody's exercising those contracts from last week, and those exercised positions are likely closing out calls, which is sending a sell signal to the market. So you're seeing a little bit of a pull down in price here, and it's going to happen as they're likely creating a disguised position on something else. And so this is, my guess is that this is going to be another position that's being created, either with Chewy or with potentially maybe another stock. I'm not sure exactly which, but there is a position that I believe is being created right now. If they're buying a bunch of calls, which we know that there are a bunch of calls that are being currently purchased on GME, then and it's happening today, then the reason that they're knocking down this, part of the reason why they're knocking down this price is to make sure that those never see the light of day. Number one. Not as if they can control it, but that's probably what they really want to see, is them to never see the light of day. Now, here's the other part you have to remember. SSR. What does SSR do? Anybody, for a point, what does SSR do when you trip SSR?
Reset.
It gives market makers an ability to be able to create liquidity out of nothing. More of it. More than usual. By the rules that are defined by the SEC, when you have periods of time where there's low liquidity, you can create something out of nothing in much larger quantities than you can normally. So, what does that mean? It means that somebody's got to drop the price on a stock by 10% from the previous day's closing price. Now, I just want you to see this. The closing price of GME on Monday was $27.26. So we're going to pull out a calculator. $27.26. We're going to subtract $2.72 from that value, because that's 10%. So that means at any point, if price had touched $24.54, SSR would have been tripped yesterday, right? Yeah, Novocaine says legally naked, right? Exactly. So if the price had hit $24.54 any time today, any time whatsoever on GME, SSR would have tripped. And I want to show you guys how close that happened today. Now, I believe that this is for a reason. They did not trip. You got to remember there's a lot of trading patterns that occur in the marketplace, and oftentimes you don't just rush for you don't rush for a certain value. You try to hit certain points and then allow the market to be able to try and retest those points. Look at the total. Look at the bottom today. What was the bottom? The bottom is. It was $24.95. $24.95. It needed to hit $24.54. They're looking to make a double bottom out of this. So they want to trip SSR. That means they want to trip SSR probably tomorrow. And the only way to trip SSR tomorrow is to drop in another additional 10%. And so they're trying to make a double bottom out of this to be able to drop this and be able to create a situation where they can say, like, it was supposed to happen. Look, see, all the indicators show you it tested $25, and once it breaks 25, we'll get it to break down even further. You can see the test was already there, right? The price in the pre-market, actually, I guess it would have been after market hours. No, it is pre-market. Pre-market hours this morning, the bottom was low, 23.74. So they got inside their range in the pre-market hours. So they're setting up a pattern here. They're setting up a pattern to try and retest that value to hit that 10% value from the previous day's closing price of $24.54. And when it breaks that $24.54, they're going to drive down the price even more. Why? Because they can create something out of nothing. Absolutely legally create something out of nothing when that happens. So you just watch and wait and see if GME hits $24.54 and starts dropping like a rock tomorrow to try and dive back down towards that. What's max pain? We haven't gone over the numbers yet here, but I bet you max pain's like 21 still. Let's see. Max pain was 21. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but it was 21 this week, starting on Monday. And then it is saying max pain is currently at 22. right? So if it starts dropping at 24.54 and starts heading like it's falling out of the air and starts heading for 22, they're trying to validate that move, right? Okay, so Casey, you're telling us that that they need to drop this another 10% tomorrow based off of today's closing price in order to do that. So what would that be? Okay, well, let's go check it out. 26.84 is the price that they closed at today. Minus 268, which is 10%. 24.16. 24.16. That's it. They are looking to retest the number I just gave you that just a second ago, that 24, whatever it was, 50 something, 54, and they're going to drop it the additional 50 cents and hope that the market takes it the rest of the way, while they just print shares out of thin air because they don't have them. They need to be able to deliver to somebody without having the shares. And the only way they can really do that is by dropping the price like this. Now, what's on the other side of that? The other side of that is that there's always a rebound off of those kind of moves. Price doesn't just drop like that out of nowhere and you don't see some kind of move. And typically speaking, historically speaking, on GME, whenever we've seen this happen in the past, it takes about 3 trading days before we see that flip back around the other direction. So if somebody's creating a bunch of brand new spots, a hidden disguised position right now, knowing that the market's going to turn back around and head the other direction within a week or so, I'm kind of guesstimating it's probably going to be about 14 trading days. That could be what it is that we're seeing happening right now. Somebody's trying to print shares that they don't have. That's what's going on. Roadster Guy says it was 21 starting the week. Was it? Today was Tuesday, no? Today was Tuesday, and it looks like the price was 25 when we started the week. I don't think it was 21. When we ended last week, it was 24.83. So I don't think that doesn't sound right to me. I think you got some bad numbers there, because we were even Thursday last week we closed higher than that at around $23. So.
Quick technicality question for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have to happen during normal trading hours, or can it happen in
Yes,
pre-market and
it
post-market?
has to happen during trading hours. It can't happen during pre and post.
Okay.
So if they want to trip SSR, they've got to hit it during the market open hours. It doesn't count otherwise. So this move right here did not trip SSR. Even though it was a 10% drop from the closing price, it didn't count because it was in the pre-market.
Right.
If it had dropped down to that value, that 20, what is it? Looks like 23.49 to 24.85 range. Like if it had dropped down, actually it would have needed to be under 24.54, right? So if it had fallen down below that 24.54 and just traded sideways and the market opened up and it was just 1 penny underneath that SSR triggering point, it would hit. It would have triggered 1 minute at market open. It just has to hit it one time.
Do they normally sell it down or short it down?
It's I think the better way to put it would be to say sell it, because we all see it on a daily basis when you watch the order book, and it's more what it really more is, and I think it's the industry term for it is a ladder attack down. The gentleman, Mark, I can't remember what his name was. No, maybe it wasn't Mark. It was Mark. I think it was Mark. There's a gentleman that wrote about this in like 2014, and he used a term for it, and I'm drawing a blank on what that term is, but it's in the link. If you want to look at the hedge fund playbook, it's in there.
Okay.
I've had that posted up for, I don't know, eons. For probably 3.5 years, I've had that posted up, the playbook for institutions and what it is that they're doing. And it's never changed. It's always been the same thing over and over and over. Hedge fund playbook. Here it is. I just pulled it up. I'll post it in the comments section for you guys. There it is right there. And if you go to that link,
Oops.
now this is a repost. I had to take this from an article and repost it because there were some really bad shortcuts that led to some kind of suspicious websites that were trying to auto link to this. But this is so I basically copy and pasted it so it wouldn't have the bad links in there. But let me see here. The plan consists of taking a large short position, then crushing the stock price, and if possible, putting the company into bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is the company is a short home run because they never have to buy the real shares to cover, and then they don't pay taxes. We know all that. Let me see where he gets to the. Oh, his name, by the way, the guy who wrote this article is Jerry Klein. Go figure, Jerry. Hey, that's a popular name in the financial world. What's up with that? Let's see here.
Jerry.
So here it is. Here it is right here. Here it is where he talks about what it is you're asking. He says the shorts manipulate the laws of supply and demand by flooding the offer side with counterfeit shares. They will do what has been called a short down ladder. It works as follows. Short A will sell a counterfeit share at $10. Short B will purchase the counterfeit share covering a previously open position. Short B will then offer a short counterfeit share at $9. Short A will then hit the offer, or short B will come down and hit short A's $9 bid. Short A buys the share for $9, covering his open at $10, shorting and booking a $1 profit. So he goes through the whole process of telling you, exactly how it's done. And this is exactly what it is that they're doing to the price right now. They're artificially manipulating the price, and they're doing it so that they can make money. One, so they can buy shares at a cheaper price. They have to, right? We've seen option contracts from $21, which was max pain at the beginning of the week, all the way up to, what did they hit? 28, little over 28. They were over 28.50 at some point or another. I'm not sure if that was during market open or not, but if it was, then anything above 21 and a half and higher to that 28.50 would have been in the money positions and would have been just absolutely wrecking them, especially if they're getting exercised. So they got to get this price back down. They have to try and get this price back down to that 21 range if possible, because more than likely they got a lot of puts that are down there. But I don't think in this rundown that this is going to hit that $21 mark though. I think they may have one more day here of downwards momentum where we see that 10% hit, and then after that, it's, I think, probably within 2 trading days we should see the price start flying again. Because we're looking at, let's see, Monday, Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm expecting that 10% hit down on GME. We might even see it on AMC as well. I don't even know if AMC could be the disguised position. I mean, they just announced a selling of some shares, right? And if nobody's got any shares to deliver shares, they got to be sucking up those shares like crazy and probably selling them. Probably would love to sell them at a cheaper price than where the price is at currently. So if they sold all those prices today, if they sold those shares for AMC into the marketplace, and then tried to drop the price tomorrow, it would make a lot of sense, because they would make, for every penny they drop down, that's money they get to pocket. But anyways, I'm thinking that we see that 10% drop tomorrow. And let me just check something real quick here. Actually, I don't know if Stonko Tracker updates until tomorrow. Well, we know it closed at 26.84. So I'm just going to put the line in on the page here so you guys can see it, and it's documented in history so you can see it. 24.16 is what they got to hit. So let's put the value up on the page. We'll just put 24. Let's see if I can hit 16. We'll put 24.15 on there. So that's gonna create a little bit of a pattern. If I expect, let me get rid of all this stuff here. If I expect price to come down and hit that and retest that, that's going to be creating what would probably almost start to look like a bearish triangle, because you have price dropping. Do we have volume falling day over day? Probably do. Yep, day over day volume dropping. But remember, price dropping and volume falling is bullish. So they're going to drop this price down to that like 24.15 range to trip SSR. The question is how much further will the market take it down below that? And I quite frankly don't think it will be too much more. In fact, they might even try to trade out the day sideways going into tomorrow once they do trip that. It's very possible. Go back and look if you go back to 2021 and you look at GME when all this started happening back in 2021. Same kind of thing happened where you have like a very short-term run up. They would drop the price by about 10% after the next day or two of trading after it had reached the top, right? And then they let the price run after that about 3 days later, 3 trading days. So you'd be looking at like if tomorrow's 10%, then you count out 3 trading days from then. That would be basically 11/18. Or what is that? Monday? Yeah, Monday. So there's gonna be some downwards momentum. Don't be discouraged. There's always gonna be ebbs and flows when you see upwards momentum. It's never just straight up until it's over. What's next? Numbers. Steven says, Casey, what's going on, man? Let me take you guys over to the other page. I'm still in my scrubs. This is a new experience for me being in scrubs. I don't even know. Can you see it? You can't even see anything because I got the room dark. It's nice. Let me pull up real quick here. Looks like I'm missing something. It's because I'm on the wrong company. There we go. All right, let's do this. We have not talked about who won last week. Tech won last week. I don't think that I put up the numbers for you guys, but I'll just read it off to you. Tech won the week last week. He was off by 60 cents for the week. The second place person was me. I was off by 65 cents for the week. Third place was Apex with 71 cents. And Nana was pulling up the rear with 74 cents off. It wasn't too far off, and there's only a 14-cent spread between us. And going into this week so far, I have not tallied everything up for this week, but we have been doing price predictions in the morning, sending them back and forth to each other. I'll have to kind of collect all that data and put it all together to let you guys know who's ahead and who's where. If you want me to, we can do that towards the end of this 1 hour thing that I'm doing here, but let's skip on to the rest of the numbers because I'd like to kind of get those covered just because they're a little bit more important. So let's take a look at short exempt volume. What happened over, I didn't talk to you guys on Monday, so we need to take a look at short exempt volume for the last 2 days. What happened to volume for the last 2 days, right? That's probably really, really important too. Let's see here. So we had, today is the 12th. So what is this? Why am I looking at the wrong thing here? Historical data. Oh, I know why. I need to close this page. Give me just 1 second here. All right. We had on Monday we had 25.7 million shares traded on AMC. Today we had 18.2 million shares traded on AMC. Obviously, with Monday's numbers being as high as they were at 25.7, I would expect elevated amounts of short exempt volume. And that would probably push off into today too. Let's see how much it was. Short exempt volume for, holy shit. Okay, so apparently I have not updated this page here, and I only have Monday's numbers, or oh yeah, actually I can get today's numbers. Yeah, I can pull that. So okay, we got one of 3 guys, one of 3 days, and if I go pull today's short exempt volume, this is huge. 503,000 shares in short exempt volume from Monday's volume that was traded. That is a massive amount of short exempt volume. Anything over 300,000 is just insane amounts. So that is like, whoa. That's crazy. That was Monday. Let's look at Monday's numbers first, and then we'll take a look at everything after that. Let's see here. Today's numbers, I guess. Utilization on Monday came in. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting more utilization coming in now. Utilization on Monday was at 26.22. I'm just going to flash these numbers up for you guys so you can see what they were. And then price change day over day, I have no idea what. I don't even remember what we were up by. I don't know. I don't know what the price change was. Let's see. Let's pull it up. Hold on. We closed at 449, from 427 to 449. That is a 5.2% increase in price. So we went up 5.2% yesterday. Today we were down 1.54%. So I'm going to put today's numbers up now. Utilization today, it came in at 29.48. Starting to see those big jumps. Now let's check the short exempt volume. Remember, the volume was a little bit lower today, so I would expect to see less short exempt volume today, but I wouldn't expect to see over 300,000, and so if we end up having more than that, that's going to be very surprising to me, and it's going to be another whoa moment. Let me see here. I have to do this the old-fashioned way of pulling up a text TXT file and looking up AMC manually, and it's like painful, but here it is. Hold on. AMC, 149.3. So it was less than 300. What's next? Why isn't Max Payne showing up on the screen? Oh, because I'm not on AMC. It makes a difference. Max Payne. So we started out the week at 450 across the board for AMC, and I was really super surprised to see that Max Payne for Monday on GME was 21 and 2020. So it really didn't change a whole lot. I think those were the numbers, if I'm not mistaken. Max Payne for today on AMC was at 450 still, and that's it's okay. 450 still for next week, and 450 again for the week after. Now, you might remember from last week that this week and the week after was supposed to be 4. So those have gone up 50 cents, which is good. It's great to see that those have gone up a little bit. I like seeing that Max Payne increase. It means it's forcing institutions to believe that the price should be higher, and they're not betting against us. So that's good. What do we have going on for GME? $22 for Max Payne today, and that's up $1 day over day. Let's check next week. Next week's Max Payne is set for 21, so it's gone up $1, and the week ending 11/29 is 22. So the market is really targeting 22 now, and it's a full $2 higher than where it was. So the market is being forced to see the price higher than where it's actually been at. Taking a look at off-exchange traded volume. The total amount of shares, actually, hold on a second here. Yeah, exchange traded volume for the day today. On a normal day, I would expect to see about 64% going through off-exchange and EDGX combined. We had 56.04% going through off-exchange, EDGX at 7.31 for combined total 63.35%, or about 0.65% less than what I would expect. So pretty close to dang near where it should be. CHX volume was 1,010, so nothing crazy there. 18,947 through LTSE, nothing unusual about that. I do want to look at yesterday's numbers just because I know that they were so high. Total percentage yesterday going through off-exchange and EDGX. We had 60.03 going through off-exchange. EDGX yesterday was at 6.68. So the combined total was 66.71, or 2.71% more volume going through those exchanges than normal. CHX volume was pretty normal. There's nothing unusual about those numbers. Yesterday for AMC was 55,576 shares through LTSE, which is a pretty big number. Let's take a look at GME's numbers. GME had CHX volume was 3 days ago, CHX volume was 33,729. So that's definitely a spike. Anything over 30,000 shares is quite a bit. A definite spike 3 days ago on CHX. It was 21,465 yesterday and 2,763 today. So there's been a spike on that. 133,607 shares yesterday through LTSE on GME. That is massive. Somebody's delivering a lot of shares right now. It's a big number. Shares borrowed today. GME since 2045 yesterday. Will I even have the data for it? I don't have the data for it because there was too many data points that went through. Oh, maybe I will. I take that back. Let's see, 3. $600,000 shares were borrowed today through IBKR, according to IBKR. Fees were at 0.46 with a rebate of 4.12. Taking a look at AMC, total amount of shares borrowed since 2045 yesterday is 1.5 million shares. 1.5 million shares were borrowed for AMC today since 2045 yesterday. Fees at 0.6. There's 3 million available. Rebates at 3.98. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta close. Bruno, go push the door. Go push. No. Go push. I hate it when he walks towards me when I say to go do something. Go push. Go push the door. Go push. Go push the door, bro. Hold on, I just don't want to get up. I'm tired. Push the door, Bruno. That's close enough. I heard it's kind of close. Good boy. Yeah, come over here and get a rub. Good boy. All right. Yep.
Are we supposed to be in that?
Yep. Yeah. Good job, Bruno. Way to go. All right. Let's see here. What's next? Institutional ownership. I don't actually. The last thing that I'm showing here, which would have been Friday's numbers, was 122.634 million being reported. It's now showing up as 126.245. So big jump up there. That's a pretty big jump. Then on GME, it was being reported last week at 104.65 million and is now at 108.39. Moving on. I'll take you guys over to the other screen and we'll move some screens around and take a look at the rest of the data. This would probably be a good time for me to mention to you guys two-factor authentication. If you don't have it, you may want to consider getting it, as it could prevent somebody from getting into your account that shouldn't be in your account. If you do sign up for that and your broker allows you to put in a secondary device to be able to receive that access code, you might want to set that up, as you never know when something's going to happen to your primary device. And last but not least, make sure you guys are getting those statements. Really, really super important that you have information showing and proving evidence of what it is that you hold. You never know when you're going to need that in the future, and it'd be really smart to have that on hand. All right, let's look at options first. Starting with AMC. Now I know these are the numbers. So these are the numbers right here from last week on AMC for this week, right? Because this is the week ending. Oh no, I updated it. Yeah, I updated this yesterday because it's ending the 15th. So these are yesterday's numbers that I updated here, and you can see here. Let me just write these down real fast so that we have an accurate record keeping here. I think I updated these. When does it say I updated? There's supposed to be a time on here, I think, that shows when I updated it. Here it is, 3:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the market wasn't quite closed, but it was pretty darn close, right? So it was close. There was 42,000 contract. The highest amount of volume on the open interest yesterday was at a $5 strike. There was 46.8 thousand contracts. That obviously would have been a good number throughout the day. Meaning I can write that down. So highest amount of volume in open interest at 5, and we were showing 46.8 thousand contracts. Highest amount of puts volume was at a $4 strike, and there was approximately 12.4 thousand highest amount of puts was also at 5. Holy crap, there's a lot of them there. 25.5 thousand contracts and puts at 5. The market really does not want the price going over $5. If it does, they're going to exercise those. They're going to need the shares, apparently. Wow. They bought in the money puts at 5 last week. That's crazy. They're anchoring the price right here. They don't want to go anywhere above $5 or they're toast. All right. It's good to know. Man, I can't even imagine if we saw the price on AMC drive above $5, it would probably just start ripping like crazy because those would close out before it even got there. We don't even have to see AMC's price make it to 5. If it starts hitting things like 490, watch those things start closing, and it's just gonna fly. Even 485 could do it. That's crazy. All right, well, I got the number written down. Let's give this a refresh. Actually, before I do, let's document real quick for historical purposes what the numbers were at yesterday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, those were the numbers. Now we're going to update today's numbers. Highest amount of call volume at a $5 strike went up from 46.8 thousand contracts to 60,000. Highest amount of put contracts at a $5 strike went from 25.5 to 25.1. So some of those did close. Most amount of volume today was at a $5 strike for the calls and puts at 450. So the market's targeting something between 450 and 5. Let's take a look at the option contracts for the next 2 weeks. And we'll do the same thing on GME. Here are the option contracts as of 3 o'clock, 3:08 Eastern Standard Time on yesterday. Highest amount of call volume looks like it was at a $25 strike with 38,000 contracts. Highest amount of puts. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm happy about somebody else's pain. But highest amount of puts were at 20. Neither of those were even close. There is no there's no puts. There's no puts that are even close to being in the money at all. Like, I mean, most of them are at like $23. There's some at 24 and 25, but hardly any. It's just they're getting killed. They got killed over this last day of trading. The highest amount of volume. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, as of yesterday, the highest amount of volume was at like $30 strikes for calls. Here's the puts. I mean, here's the next 2 weeks, I mean. And then I'll update it so we can see today's numbers. That'll be even better. It'll be so much better. All right, let's do it. Let's do this. Updating to today. I know that not all these are going to be in the money anymore, but look how many are gone. There's so many call option contracts that were at like, 25, 26, 27 that were there in open interest that are gone. And I guarantee you people were collecting, and that's part of the reason why price went down today, guys. I mean, there's no way around it. There was definitely movement down due to contracts that were closing out on the call side. A lot of whoever was taking the long side of this on those option contracts was making money, or shares, one or the other. Who knows, right?
Casey, let me rudely interrupt you. If we're going to need you to tone down on the laughing, if you could just dial down the laughing a little bit. We had a lot of bad feedback on Papa Mac's channel today. People, there was a lot of shade thrown your way, and it was loosely based around your laughter. So if you could go ahead and just try to tone that happiness down a little bit.
Okay.
This particular individual will be pretty much all right.
Emotional damage.
I can't help it though. It's like, it's so funny. It's like hilarious to see, like, they're getting their asses handed to them right now. All these institutions are just like, oh, they're over there going like, this sucks. It's like getting hit in the stomach. The wind's getting knocked out of them.
One of your greatest traits. One of your greatest traits there, Casey. Don't let them fool you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. 29,000 contracts at 30 in calls is the highest amount of volume right now. And I'm reading those because they're literally, actually, I take that back. There's a really close runner up at 25 on the calls. So the $25 calls are still holding on. They still think price is going to go back up again. And that's cool. That's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. We do need to see some of those call positions continue to hold, because when those do start closing out, that's what helps drive that price down, because that means that they don't believe the price is going to continue to stay up there. So the longer those hold on for, the better. And since we're still kind of only going into Wednesday this week, they have some more stay power, maybe a little bit. But like I said, I do expect to see us drop below that $25 price point. I'm pretty sure they're going to want to trip that SSR. And if those 30,000 contracts there at 25 start seeing the price heading their direction, they're going to close, and that's okay. They're going to close, and that's going to help. That's going to help the market get to that 24.16 number that I gave you guys. No problem. They'll get to that 24.16, and maybe then a little bit some more, maybe even like 22. But I guarantee you guys that not all of these are being just closed. I guarantee you that some of these are getting exercised. And what that's going to do is that's going to create future buying pressure. And it's going to create lots and lots of it. And you need to be prepared for that coming in the future, and not looking at, like, why is the price going down now? Don't look at that. There's no reason. We've been looking at price going down for a long time. Don't look at it the same way. Don't look at it the same way at all. It's always been about, like, it'll happen when it happens, right? Just relax, sit back, and enjoy the scenery. Enjoy it while you can. Savor the moment like it's a fine piece of steak in your mouth with lots of marbling. There's going to be ups and downs, and you have to savor those down moments just as much as you do the up moments. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at the next 2 weeks worth of option contracts. But Casey, how in the world could you savor a bad piece, or how could there be a bad part of a good piece of steak? Well, every once in a while you get gristle. Every once in a while. It doesn't mean you spit the whole steak out. You keep eating anyways. You're like, oh, gristle. Put it on the plate, napkin. You keep eating. It's still good. Steak. All right, I'm scrolling. Hey, Bobblehead Ross, what do you think about these option contracts getting crushed right now?
Anything we don't like,
Yeah, we know. They're pretty fun too. Happy little accidents. Yep. Happening all over the place here. All over their face. All right, let's take a look and see what we got going on with Ortex. So, why is this updating? There we go. I think I'm fighting for bandwidth here.
All right, who was talking about steaks?
I was. Why, did you have some?
No, you're an a-hole. You're making me want one now.
I know, dude. I feel like this nice juicy steak right now. If only.
What's your favorite cut, man?
Have you ever? I've only had it like 2 or 3 times, and it's Chateaubriand for 2. I'm sure that's not the name of the steak. It's not for 2, but it's Chateau. I think it's just Chateaubriand. I think. It's like every time I've gotten it, it's $100 a steak for one person. I know. And I thought when they told me the special, the very first time I ever had it, when they told me the special, I thought they were saying Chateaubriand for 2. And I thought they were saying that it was, for both of us, it was the price. And I said, how much is it? And they said $100. And I was like, oh, cool. It's $100 for 2 people, because they said for 2. But it was $100 per person. It wasn't no $50 per person. It was $100 per person. I'm so glad that I didn't know that the very first time I had it, because I probably would have never ordered it if I'd have known that. And I ate it, and oh my gosh, guys, I'm telling you, it was the most savory piece of meat I've ever eaten in my whole life. It was so yummy. Oh, it was so good. And they had garlic butter on it.
If you put ketchup on it, it's always good with ketchup. So.
It was garlic. It was garlic butter. It was so good.
I'm glad I asked.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I'll order.
Chateaubriand. I think I'm saying it wrong, but you could probably say it to somebody else and they'd know what you're talking about. All right, let's do this.
Did you put steak one sauce on it?
No, dude, I'm telling you, I cut it and immediately knew just by cutting it that I wasn't going to be putting anything on it whatsoever. No, there was nothing. You wouldn't want to put something on it. You would feel dirty.
That's definitely, yep. That's a good piece of meat.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yep. Yeah. All right, guys. Here's our utilization over the last 2 days on AMC. We went from 25.08 all the way up to 29.48. So we've seen a big jump here in that utilization. And I told you guys in the past that when we started seeing that price rocketing up, that we would start seeing that lending happening and that utilization starting to skyrocket. It's just going to be a matter of time before we start seeing it just massively pump. The on loan amount day over day since last. Well, they don't have tomorrow morning's numbers. They don't have today's numbers out yet for tomorrow. For tomorrow, you will have today's numbers. So today's numbers are from Monday. So on Monday, we had 50.55 million shares on loan, and that was actually no change day over day. And the reason there was no change is because there was no lending supposedly in the U.S. for the banks being closed. But there was lending, IBKR. Mm-hmm. And if we take a look at the estimated short share interest of the free float, it was dropping. It went from 14.62 to 14.08. The on-loan average age per day did dip. Did we have 2 days in a row of a dip? Nope, we have not had 2 days in a row of a dip on the on-loan average age per day. 48.32 from Friday to 51.32 from Monday. And then the security lending volume day over day did drop from 7.8 million on Friday to 4.99 on Monday. Let's see here. What's next? And Gobnobber, I read your message a minute ago, just in my head, and thank you. Appreciate that, man. Lurking's okay. Let's take a look at GME's numbers. Utilization. Utilization on GME dropped day over day from Friday to Monday from 29.28 to 29.05. The on-loan amount actually it should stay the same, right? Banks were closed. 47.66 million shares to 47.59. So they actually reported a drop in share ownership. The estimated short share interest of the free float rose up from 8.43 to 8.7, and the on-loan average age per day still rising from 56.79 days to 59.87. Security lending volume fell from 4.67 down to 1.58. I don't see any numbers here that are shocking on either AMC or GME, because I know I'm just kind of like reading through this without saying anything about how it looks to me. I can see that today GME had more return shares of about 353,000, and then AMC had a return of about 1.62 million. Remember that whenever somebody creates a short-term short position, they're going to return those shares in a short period of time. That's the way a short interest is supposed to work. It's not supposed to be held open for long periods of time. It could be, but it's not usually meant to be that way. But so when you see a position that suddenly rises on a stock and you see a bunch of borrowing that happens, when the price comes back down, those shares are going to be returned, as many as possible. The question is it more or less than what it was prior to the run-up? And as it stands right now, for example, like on AMC, it's more. So unless the 1.62 million can drop, so if that 1.62 million was returned and it drops it down to basically like 49 million shares on loan, that's still going to be way more than the 45.61 million shares that there were about last Thursday. So they didn't return enough shares. They may have been shorting, but they haven't returned enough. Okay, moving on. SSR trigger price for the day-to-day on AMC was $4.04. There's approximately, and I'm basing this off of Stonko Tracker's reporting, and I can't always trust this, but it's saying that there's 156. Actually, let me refresh this real quick here. Hold on. I just want to make sure I got the most accurate data here. It's saying 156.1 thousand contracts are out of the money in the calls versus 62.2 thousand contracts that are in the money. 28.5 thousand contracts are out of the money in the puts versus 25.8 thousand contracts that are in the money. On GME, wait a minute. It's saying SSR is on. That's weird. It's not on, guys. So there's a problem with Stonko Tracker. They plug in numbers. They have an automated system, right? And I'm telling you right now, the reason that it's saying that SSR was tripped today was because it hit less than 24.53 in the pre-market. And unfortunately, you can't count pre-market data. Now, you're probably going like, well, how do you who are you to say what can and can't? I'm nobody. I'm really nobody. But I'm going to pull it up over here for you to see for your own two eyes that indeed AMC did not make the list of SSR stocks that tripped SSR circuit breakers today. Did I say AMC or I meant GME when I said whatever I said. Circuit breakers 2024 11/11. It's gonna force me to open up a document. Whatever. So this is the document for today on all the stocks that triggered SSR. And GME is not in here. So there's your proof. It didn't hit. It was just Stonko Tracker doesn't know how to determine price movement in the pre-market versus price movement during intraday trading. So, and that's sometimes it's tough to program in that kind of stuff into a formula, a basic formula that doesn't check and know when it's supposed to be looking at price and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of hard to, I guess it can be a little extra added work. Anyways, there you have it. SSR is not on for GME, but I have a feeling tomorrow will be. 106.7 thousand contracts are out of the money on the calls versus 97.8 thousand contracts that are in the money. 41.8 thousand contracts are out of the money on the puts versus 1.5 thousand contracts that are in the money. Look at all these contracts that are in the money going out the next 2 weeks. Then on 12/20, and then we got 83,000 contracts down here on 117. Orders by Fidelity customers, AMC and GME are the only two that I'm looking for on this list. And we have... GME was on this yesterday. I checked this yesterday and it was on there. Unfortunately, neither of which are on this list today. But, you know, that's okay. Doesn't have to be. It just means that retail is not here yet. There's a lot of eye candy in the market right now, guys. Don't expect... Remember, go back and try to remember what it was like in April and May, or April. April's probably the better time. Go back to April in your memory and banks and think about April of 2021 and think about how everybody was talking to you about Bitcoin and how they were talking to you about Doge and how they were talking about SHIB and how they were talking to you about like all these other stocks, right? Like, and all you were thinking about at that time in April was you were sitting there thinking like, why can't AMC do this? And if you weren't thinking that, then you know what? More power to you. That's awesome. I know I was thinking it. And then it turned around, right? Like as soon as all those stocks started topping off and then started spilling over and trending way down, AMC started rocketing up afterwards. So just hold on. It's your money. It's your choice. Let's see here. What do we have? I haven't looked at MMRI here. We had last time I would talk to you guys last week, it was a 279.9 was MMRI, and we're getting really, really darn close to breaking 300 again. We're already back up to 290.94. This means that there's a lot of risk in the marketplace. Lots and lots of risk. Minefield. The 10 years 4.501. No, that's not right. It's 4.422, and the 2 years at 4.34. The spread is 0.0082. I'm really quite honestly worried, guys, that we're about ready to see something that we've never seen historically happen before. Is where we see the an inverted bond yield trend back to normalizing, and then going back into an inverted bond yield trend again, which means like a double whammy on recession. We have never seen that historically without some kind of massive market correction to show that the inflationary period, to show that the rates had done their job in trying to correct inflation. So, and I'm really kind of worried that we're going to be moving back into more spending and more inflation. VIX is currently at 14.71, and the futures on the VIX are saying 1543. So that means that the market, if the futures stay up like that, the market should open up red tomorrow. Sorry. At least based off of what I'm seeing right there. Let's see here. We have the Nikkei is down 0.79. Go away. Hang Seng is up 0.53. Nifty 50 is down 1.21. NASDAQ was down today 0.09. Dow Jones down 0.86. And the S&P 500 down 0.29. We had 4,410 decliners to 1,878 advancers. That is a shitty looking day today, guys. Yep, that is nasty. That is hot lava fire. Don't touch the floor; it'll burn your feet. Did we have any green sectors? We had one green sector today, and it was consumer staples. up 0.11. Everything else was down today. Unfortunately, I can't see by how much. 0.53 on energy, 1.15 on utilities. Financials was down 0.3. Materials down 1.7. Industrials down 0.86. Consumer discretionary down 1.34. Real estate was down 1.26. Healthcare was down 1.39. This one was green. My bad. Communications was up today, up 0.45. It was the best sector. And then technology was also up 0.13. So there was 3 sectors. Of the Mag 7, we had 2, 3, 4 that closed green. No, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 closed green today. And it looks like Apple might have closed even. Is that even? No way. They closed exactly even from the previous day's value. That's kind of crazy. So there was only one of the Mag 7 that was down. That was Tesla. Which ain't looking too bad, I don't think, in contrast. Seen a little bit of pullback on that as well. Financial institutions that were down today. A lot of them. I'm not going to go through and read them all. I don't know which ones were which and how much, but there was a lot of them down. Gold up 0.34. Currently, looks like it was trending down throughout most of the day. It did break down below 26K a coin, an ounce. Silver up 0.82, trending down. Ethereum Classic down 2.61 and is looks like it kind of consolidated a little bit after somewhat of a trend up. We have some major cat ears there. It looks like it's kind of holding just above a support line that I've got drawn out here. US dollars down 0.1, was trending up. And it looks like to have maybe broken that trend up today. Oil up. Actually, oil was down 1.44 today. Big drop along with everything else. Mortgage-backed securities were down anywhere from 0.67 to 0.63 and trending down through most of the day. SPY was down 0.31 and for the most part it was trending down. It had a little bit of a run-up kind of midday. Looks like our high. What's our 52-week high? 600.17. Broke it. It was 599 was the high. 599.29 was the high in the intraday trading today. Let's see. IWM traded down for most part today. It was down 1.75. IWN was down 1.76 for the most part. Traded down. Tesla was down 0.98. Was trending down most of the day. Amazon was finished out up 1% and was trending up in the later half. Cinemark finished up 1.11 and then seems like it took a little bit of a tumble in the aftermarket hours. Doge up 0.91, trending up. Bitcoin is down 0.46, trending up. GME is down 1.54, and in the aftermarket hours down 4.81. I'm telling you guys, they're going to shoot for that 20. Look at that, 24.77. They're shooting for that 24.16 tomorrow. HYMC is up in the aftermarket hours, but down today at 2.13%. Was trending up in the later half of the day. NCMI was up 3.68, trading up. Robinhood was up today 0.61. Kind of broke down. Was trending up really hard at market open, and then kind of stabilized about halfway down of that run up, and then very slowly midday trended up the rest of the day. AMC was up 1.56% today, hovering right at that white line that I've got drawn out here at 456. You guys may be wondering where do I see price moving on AMC in the near future, and I do think that if GME is going to trip that 444, it's possible, or not 444, 416, not 444. 2416 is what I think they're going to hit. It's possible that AMC could run on that. We've seen in the past sometimes where when they hold back AMC's price, GME can run sometimes, and then sometimes when the opposite happens, when GME starts trending down, AMC goes trending up, almost as if they're trying to get the retail investors confused about what to buy, and sometimes that plays a little bit of a relief on buying pressure on a stock that might be a problem area. Right now, it looks to me that we're creating an inverse head and shoulders. I don't see it on the 30-minute, but when I was on that 5-minute time interval right now, it really started to look a little bit like that. I'm not sure if you guys see it or not, but this is what I'm getting. I know I've got a lot of stuff on the screen right now, but bear with me. Kind of like right here to maybe here, so we're looking at like maybe 48 bars. So let's see if this one's about 48 bars. 48 bars would be going into tomorrow morning. So what's the distance on this one? Not quite. It's like 42, 41 bars. It's close. But it kind of looks like an inverted head and shoulders. I know for price predictions, I did 444 both Monday and Tuesday. I think tomorrow, based off of what I'm seeing right now, and if I pull up like an Ichimoto on a 1-hour time interval, lagging line is above price line. If price on AMC doesn't break above 462 at pre-market open, then we're likely in for a little bit of a tumble on price back down into that like 430 to 440 range. Well, it did break up through a red cloud. Normally, I don't feel like the first test of the conversion is usually the end of a run. So if we were to see another run up tomorrow, I would probably guesstimate a price of somewhere right around maybe like 465 for a close tomorrow. Although it should be a little bit higher than that. Maybe 470. The 4-hour lagging line is above price line, and conversion and baseline are on top of each other. It's not. We ran up above a green cloud, which is actually really bullish. Because usually price likes to run up through red clouds, and we have nothing but red cloud ahead for the most part here. So we should, based off of this, I would almost expect for sure that we're going to see this lagging line trying to stay above price line. And so we should see, I'm thinking that 466 close tomorrow is looking really, like a really strong retest of some points that we've hit in the past. Boy, that looks like a cup. That totally looks like a cup. Hold on. I could probably give you my price prediction now for tomorrow. If we were to do that, if we were to drive up to 496 tomorrow or thereabouts, and then before seeing some kind of pullback, that would be an 8.8% increase in price tomorrow. And then I would expect that we would see a pretty harsh pullback off of that, and probably see price closing at like 488, 487. 480. Yep, I'm doing 480 tomorrow. 480 plus or minus 40 cents. So I'm going to go 440 to 530. I can almost guarantee. If I wake up tomorrow morning and I see that there's like really crazy amounts of low volume, actually, I might still even run with that number with low volume because we're running down and we ran up in price today, not down. I'm tired. I need to think about it again in the morning. All right, let's spend some time talking. What you guys got? I know I didn't check all the time intervals and all that other kind of stuff, but I'm tired.
Well, what cup size are you?
They don't have one big enough for me. There are no cup sizes big enough.
If that's a cup,
He's double D.
double D's cups.
Yeah,
If that's a cup, well,
I have
that
to
was
get.
in the-
Yeah, I have
in
to
the,
get two. I have to get 2 cups.
wasn't that a cup, like in the icons of a roaring kitty? Wasn't he? Is it Cheers? Maybe both will run. I don't know, man. Oh man, I'm glad you're back. Did you quit? Did you just quit? Did you just tell him I'm out of here?
No, I worked a full day today.
No.
I'm really tired.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome back. Come on down.
Oh, the price
I was
is
driving
right.
pirate. I was driving pirate crazy today with that.
Oh yeah.
He played it 9 times in 45 seconds.
9 times in 45 seconds.
Well, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but you
probably
know
more
how
than
yucca, you know how yucca can get.
Hmm.
Look, I was already in a mood, man. You had one of your haters come in there today. You got a lot of people looking like, "Where's KC? Where's he at?" You know, a lot because everybody knows you're well thought of. But you did. We had a little shitbird flew in today and landed, and the first thing he said is, "Laughing KC." Something along those lines. That was it. Just 2 words. One of those things like, what the fuck does that even mean? So you know me, all pirate fashion. I like, hey boy, what's up with that? What's that mean? He's like, yeah, the guy's always laughing. And I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm gonna make this guy. I'm gonna have a little fun with this little mouse. But yeah, you had a guy over there who literally went on record, made it real clear for the entire internet world that he has a real problem with the fact that you laugh.
Yeah.
You're happy.
You need to, your general attitude. So you need to ease up on all that positivity and happiness because that's just not going to work.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm laughing. I'm always laughing, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever. If you can't laugh in life, then you got to stick up your ass.
We just talked about this. Now you.
It's one or the other. Which is it? You're either going to have a stick up your ass or you're going to be laughing. One of the two. So you take a pick. Which one are you going to be?
Yeah. Oh man, it was. Yeah. You had plenty of well wishers and inquiries, the standard stuff that you would expect for somebody who's given the amount of time that you have. And where's KC? What's up? We try to bring him up to speed to the extent that we can. But he stuck out today like a sore thumb because he came in and that was it. Yeah. Yeah, it just like Moonlift Riff says, just if you could just be more sad, everybody will just you don't have to be. They don't need full on depression or borderline suicidal tendencies. If you could just not quite be so pleasant, that might be the middle ground that they're looking for.
All right, so
that's what I said. Pro Jeweler, imagine being so miserable that you get mad at somebody for laughing. I mean, that's a special kind of bitter right there.
So you guys all know that I started the hospital job, and I haven't stated who I work for at all. So I don't feel like what I'm about to say is going to be. I don't think it's off limits. So I was going through training today, and in regards to dealing with stroke patients, and and one of the things that was in the training in there was to how do you deal with those kind of situations, and they said to be positive and tell a joke. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, how do you joke when somebody's having a stroke in front of you? Like, hey, why is one side of your face drooping? what do you say? Like, what joke is going to enter?
Yeah.
I'm
Were
sitting
you,
there
were you
thinking to
born
myself
this
like,
fucked up, or is half your face like have you lost muscle control of half your face? Yeah.
You could have just said you can tell him. You can tell him I didn't see that coming. You know, like,
Yeah.
"Where's Batman?
Yeah.
I got Two-Face right here."
yeah.
What kind of jokes do you say? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of. I'm trying. All these like
Yeah.
really bad jokes were like entering into my head when I saw that. I was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna be
You're like,
joking when that happens.
Damn. I don't even think
Have to.
you're like, dude, your face. I don't even think Jim Carrey can contort his face like that.
Yeah.
No, I would never do that. By the way, guys, I would never ever in a million years do those things. But I'm just doing the training and the way my brain thinks is like I don't think when I'm dealing with a stroke patient I'm going to be thinking about how can I make a joke out of this.
Genius alert. Rivok 489 gets a shout out. He said that's a stroke of genius.
What about? Oh, that's fuck. Casey,
No rim shot. I give you a rim shot for that, Rivok. That was nice. That was nice work there.
You can tell your patient. You know what? We can make a lot of money right now. Hold that face so I can hold that so we can use it for next year's Halloween costume. You know,
Yeah.
why not?
We could say
You could
something
be
like,
accurate.
"I know where the blood's not."
Yeah.
You
For
can be
those who
accurate.
are fans out there of Platoon and Full Metal Jacket, you'd be like, "Show me your war face," and you'd be like, "Well, that's your after war scars. I want to see your war face."
You can say, look at the bright side. 50% of stroke victims don't even make it to the hospital.
Jeez. These are like the worst things ever to say to somebody. Oh my god.
No, I got the best one ever. Asking SSA, does anybody ever call you Kaiser Soze?
That's messed up. That is
Only
really
a
messed up.
movie. That's a good. You know that's good writing there, Casey. That's good ad lib.
Why the long face? That's terrible.
Only man. Oh, Richard had to upgrade me. I thought I had the coup de grace with the Kaiser Soze, but he said why the long face. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Well, you know what the worst part about it was is I was already kind of thinking about like, you know, I know that most people go to the hospital when they are like, you know, down and out and they're not feeling good already. And I thought like, you know, putting a smile on people's faces is something, you know, that can maybe make the experience a little bit better. And I had just kind of generally thought like, you know, when you first walk in, if you normally give people really big smiles, they just tend to smile back at you. And it's just kind of infectious sometimes, not always, but if it is infectious and they do smile, I could say to them, "Hey, I guess you're not in here for your smile," you know. And I thought like that'd be a really nice way to kind of like just cheer them up a little bit. And but you know, then of course I started reading the training material today, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't think I'm joking when that happens to me.
Could you just look them in the eyes and say and ask them like in a real serious tone, like, "Hey, man, is your face hurt?" And when they say no, say, "Because it's killing me."
So messed up.
No, too far. Is that over the line? Okay,
That's a good one.
Oh,
Oh man. Anyways,
Use that as a
we're already on somebody's record for making fun of rape and groping, which we never did, by the way. I might go on the record just to say of all the things we made fun of, we actually never did make fun of that. We made fun of E.G. and Carol, but so this should, if he's out there listening right now and furiously taking notes in the corner for his sternly worded letters, hopefully he'll
stroke
add
victims.
this to his list of his grievances. They were making fun of stroke victims. I heard it. I swear I heard it.
That's not that's not what I'm gonna do though, I promise. I am certainly not gonna do that.
do it.
No.
Yeah.
Only
Only the movie fans got my Kaiser Soze punchline. I will bow to superior work when I see it. And when Richard said, "Why the long face?" That was the creme de la creme, and I get that. But I'll take an honorable mention for Kaiser Soze. For those of you who don't know it, you will just have to ask somebody who's a fan of the movie The Usual Suspects, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
There's your movie. There's your impromptu movie trivia of the night.
Oh boy.
Best movie ever.
Yeah, The Usual Suspect, Kaiser Soze.
I can't wait till I get to the I can't wait till I get to the reading material on how to help treat burn victims. It's just gonna go downhill from there.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. You can handle it.
Where you tell them you have a smoking hot body.
No.
Damn, that was Papa Mac. Of all people, man. That's pretty cruel. That was funny.
I would be
That was funny.
say I
Yeah.
was
For a
smoking hot
Boy
body.
Scout, he's in the Boy Scout, same Boy Scout troop that Casey's in. For those guys, man, that's like way out over the line. Like, oh man, you hear that, man? He's really off the chain tonight.
Oh boy.
It is pretty late.
How you guys doing? So pirate. Yeah, I saw. Y'all got in a car act. Were you in the car?
Sandy
was
was
in
by
the back.
herself, man. Yucca.
Why
Yucca
did
was
it
in
keep
the
making
back,
it
yeah.
sound like you were in the car too? Like there were some times where things you were saying made it sound like you were in the car, but then other times it didn't sound like it. I was having a hard time.
No, I don't leave the house. I went to the accident scene.
Oh,
So
okay.
a lot of my
okay.
so that's how I ended up there. Yeah, I guess I was being pedantic. Yeah, you didn't ask the right question. Was I there? Yes. Was I in the car? No. She left
Okay.
here just to go get Arby's, and these guys have all heard us 1,000 times, but we owe it to you to bring it. Anyhow, she calls and says she called Logan, playing video games. I'm here with you guys, and said she was crying. Said I'm in a wreck. I'm just down the road towards Arby's. So we left here. We were there before the police were. So Logan and I jumped in his Mustang. He tore off down the road. The fire department was there when we got there. The police hadn't arrived. Some young military guy stopped and helped her get out of the car. And so when I got there, she was already out, and that's where I rolled up. But she's good, man. I just thought we're always looking for things to share on here, and I told you it's excitement. So
Well, she's good now, but how about? I mean, that was like just what 2 or 3 days ago.
3 days ago, yeah, she's
So-
more.
and
She's
she's-
actually more sore and beat up
Yeah.
today than she was then, as far as pain wise.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Look,
gonna
she had a
figure.
She had a CAT scan, and there's nothing really severe wrong that we know of, and she might have to have some. We don't know yet how the neck and pain and all that stuff's going to play out. The good news is she hadn't had a seatbelt on, she'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
No, I put it on the Discord, and I made a joke out of it. I asked JJ the Jet Plane, if I could borrow his buffer, because we're always talking about cars. I was like, I want to buff some scratches out. And then I sent this stitches out and said, do you think that buffer will work on this?
Let me share that picture. Is it still in the general, so that everybody can see it?
If not, I can stick it up there for you.
Let me
Me,
scroll
I'm always
back
going
here.
behind, erasing my stuff.
If you
Oh, yeah,
erased
man,
it,
it's
throw
not-
it back up
pick
in
it
there
up there.
again. Yeah, you erased it.
Yeah, I got it right here. Jeez. There's only the two. I mean, we had a whole bunch, but you only need two to get there.
I thought you guys were trying to
CKC
mock.
General.
I made a joke about how like, are you sure that was a Beamer? It looks like a DeLorean.
Yeah.
The door was peeled off of the thing. You made it look like it was going to stand
Well,
up.
the guy at the tow truck at the salvage yard said he'd never seen anything like that in 25 years.
Look at that.
He asked if they used the jaws. They asked if they used the jaws of life to get her out, and he said she's no, and it was like that's what it did while she was in there. And
Gosh, that must have been so horrifying for her.
yeah, she'd run about 45 miles an hour in the high-speed lane, and the guy was coming the other way on a divided highway, and he just decided to do a U-turn. She
Oh
said
my
all she heard
gosh.
was a horn, so he must have pulled in front of somebody else and laid on the horn. But when he hit her on the side there, she was going, 55. So yeah, it was pretty tough shit. So
Holy Toledo, man, that's crazy.
yeah, kind of crazy. That's why I said we're lucky, man. We're celebrating around here because we could be planning a funeral.
Tell her I hope she feels better.
Yeah. Casey said he wanted to let you know he feels better. Yeah, everybody's been really kind to her since me, I'm pretty transparent. I share everything and put it on Papa Mac's stream, or not Papa Mac's stream, my little Discord channel, and everybody's been more than kind to her. So
He's given her a little leeway on the sandwich time each day. He lets her have a 10-minute buffer.
I was going to ask, is dishes getting done for her?
No, she's been able to walk around. She's ambulatory and all that. She's just a little sore and stiff, but
oh man,
this just happened day before yesterday. So she's been getting plenty of rest and just enjoying the video game or TV and all that stuff while she recuperates. But
well, before too many other people leave here, because I know that there's at least 100 people here right now, and I just want to mention this real quickly because this was passed on to me, and I plan on being there, which means that I probably will not stream that night because I want to be a part of it. But check this out. I think I can say this. I hope I can say this. Oh no, wait. No, he's saying formal announcement will go out Thursday.
All right.
Okay. Let me just say this. I can say this. There is a special guest speaking on the One Show on a space call on 10/17, which is no, that can't be right. No. I'm sorry.
It's 5 days from now.
No. I'm sorry. It's the wrong day. Thursday the 14th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you show up there, he has a special guest speaker. This is I can't say anything specifically here because he says that the formal announcement's going out Thursday. But I told him I would be there for it, and my guess is that there's probably a lot of you who would probably really love to be a part of that. So, yeah. Space call on Thursday the 14th at 7:30 p.m. If you need information, what I'll do is I'll be posting when I get it, when I start heading over to the channel, I will post or retweet his live stream so that everybody can see it, at least through my account. So that's where I will be on Thursday.
X, is that what that means?
Yes.
Is this on X? Okay.
Yeah. So I will not do a live stream that night.
And for now, it's a mystery who this is for now, right? Did I miss something
Thursday.
For now, okay.
Thursday he's going to announce it, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will want to be a part of that. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't. Maybe some people will, some people won't. But I think it's a big deal.
Okay.
So just thought I'd throw that out there. Let's see if there was any other things I wanted to announce. No, it's not RK. No. Yeah, that'd be one hell of a guest to get for sure. I think that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Is there anything else going on that crazy news?
Danny's here.
Yeah, I saw that. Welcome, Danny, from the couch.
Later in the day, the 8K that was released today, talking about knocking down more debt. That was kind of the big news of the day, really. The trading shares for debt and how that was announced, and that was really the only thing that was newsworthy today.
Bitcoin hit 90,000.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Bitcoin making 90 grand.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah,
I had to come say hi to
Danny, what's going on, man? So yeah, and I was calling out 103 on Bitcoin not too long ago. So I'm actually really not all that surprised. I thought I would be more surprised, but I'm not.
Hey, Casey, did the one make a post about that space call that he's having Thursday
he
recently?
may have. Let me see here. He told me that they were going to finalize the announcement on Thursdays. Oh, wait, he did. Wait, maybe he didn't.
Yeah, I don't follow the decode guy, but I guess we see people that we don't follow's posts and stuff now. Mm-hmm. And I was seeing that he was posting something about a CEO that he's supposed to have an interview on Space Call. So I was just making sure you didn't have it confused or something.
No,
because I didn't know anything about the one.
He sent me a personal message, cool. And I said I would be there, and but he also stated that he wasn't releasing the final information out until Thursday. So I'm looking through his post right now to see if he did post something up, but I don't see anything. So I'm going to hold off on stating.
Okay, I was just making sure we were talking about the same person. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin anything for him.
Little bird whispered in my ear. He said it was the 4-leaf clover guy. So I'm going to go ahead and
I miss that
place
guy.
my bet. That's that dude.
I miss
The
that
comedic
guy.
genius. Yeah, your discovery. That was your discovery. Your protege.
Yeah.
You're the one who's found him his breakout. You're just the one who discovered him. His comedic genius. So
That guy was a.
Danny remembers. Yeah. Danny remembers a 4-leaf clover dude.
I hope it's him. I'm praying. I'm praying it's him.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know, you know. I'm sorry if I don't mean to be rude. 130 people in here, big crowd, and I don't want to be rude to people and be like, that's a pretty obscure reference. What'd that mean? Way back, not way back, but not too long ago, Casey had found what he thought was going to be the next coming of Jesus in the comedy world, and it turns out the guy was just a random lunatic. And it was pretty funny stuff.
Don't label him as a lunatic. I mean, he was very eccentric, and you might want to label him a lunatic.
Your Boy Scout show now. You're letting your Boy Scout show now.
I think he was just very eccentric, and I would buy that guy a beer and hang out with him any day. Well,
he was a lot of things. He was a self-proclaimed door to the netherworld.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. You guys know, again, if you were there that night, you remember this guy here didn't have all the bats in the belfry.
Some people
he
have
wasn't rowing
amazing
with both oars
hidden
in the water.
talents. And, being able to find 4-leaf clovers
that was
is
Casey.
a gift.
He's like, pirate, this guy is the funniest guy I've ever heard. His setups are deadly and his timing's impeccable. And he's got the driest sense of humor.
He spent like 10 minutes. He spent like 10 minutes on talking about like how he's going through the woods. And then he's picking up something that looks like it's like poison oak. And I'm like, nobody would pick poison oak and rub it all over their hands like that unless it wasn't for a comedy bit. I mean, it just has to be comedy.
Yeah, he said he found a whole patch of 4-leaf clover, like poison sumac.
There's no way that can't be comedy.
You cannot make that shit up.
It was pure comedy gold. It really was. I mean, legit. Like I think most people were laughing. I think it was pretty funny.
Our channel here.
What? What's that?
I said he probably got a lot of views. He probably got a lot of views from the channels.
Yeah.
From Utah.
Well, he blocked me.
I hope he did.
He blocked me. So. Apparently, it was unwanted.
And I don't understand that because you were his best defense, man. You were his only comrade in arms. Yeah, that was some funny stuff there, man.
We could have made millions on movies. He would have been the next, like Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
But for like 4-leaf clovers instead of animals, he could have been picking 4-leaf clovers in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, it was like Steve Irwin and Dumb and Dumber had a love child together, and that's what came out.
That's hilarious. That's like the best mix you could ever put together.
Yeah, he was something else, man.
I like that guy. All right, I gotta wrap this up, guys. I'm tired.
The best part to me was, I'll leave it at this. Do you remember the part where he literally looked into the camera and said he had to edit his content down because it takes him a while to make the connection to the nether worlds? So the guy literally stood there and stared into the camera for God knows how long, and then had to edit like 30 minutes of it out, and then tell us that he was saving us time, like he was doing all this heavy lifting on his own there metaphysically. But then when it come to viewing time, he's like, in order to speed things up, I'll just move the tape forward. And I'm thinking, man, this guy here, he is one for the ages.
I think I made you guys sit for like a good 2 minutes of that too, like watching him just sit there.
Oh yeah, we watched it twice. No, we watched it 2 times. We watched it the first time in its entirety, and then the second time we did an analysis going through it of bit by bit, pointing out all the inconsistencies. And I mean, it was something else, man. I thought by the end of it, I felt like sending out a team to look for this guy, like a intervention rescue crowd.
We're getting that guy at least on a space call. Come on.
Yeah, well, I mean,
everybody thinks we're full of shit. You need to look at. We need to find out which one of your streams that was, and give it a number and a title. Because if somebody ever come to me and said, "Listen, Casey's got 900 videos, 4 years of material. They're 8 hours a day. give me something that gives me a little taste of what it's like. I need to know what that date. I'm like, go look at his episode number 317. Just sit through that, and then if you don't want to see anything else, then you can move along. But I think that'll be a nice little sampler out of that.
They're like golden nuggets. Like you never know when they're gonna happen, and they just just kind of hit out of nowhere, and it's just like out of left field. You're just sitting
Could be
there.
the last
listening.
15 minutes. It could be the last 15 minutes of the day. Yep. Could be the second hour. You just never know.
Next thing you know, you're just
Hey,
laughing.
Casey, how you liking the new job?
I love it, man. I love both of them. They're both awesome jobs. The people are great. I love them. They're awesome.
That's awesome.
The hospital, I just I did onboarding training, which was actually online, and that was the first day. And then today was the first day actually at the hospital. So that was.
You get discounts?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact.
Awesome.
Yeah, kind of crazy, right?
That's so cool.
Yeah, I like them. I think they're amazing.
He's gonna get it.
2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4 now, 4 now, 5, 5 now, 4, 4, 4 now has 84.
Oh, numbers are done. Yep. Oh, who all showed up in the back of the big tramp here? Who we got? Audio Tits, Brian Carpenter, Drunner, Funky, Hell Yeah, Millier, Novocaine, Papa Mac, Pirateborn, Pro Jeweler, The Sun, Trevor, and Yucca. Thank you guys for all coming in.
Yo.
And Hunter, I still have your
Where's
picture
Brian?
over here. You need to come and get it.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? What's he called again?
Sorry,
What?
I gotta let it play out.
Why?
There
Now
it is.
why? That's what it's called.
What's it called?
Why?
Okay. Can we do a poll? Do we have time to do a poll
Why?
before you leave?
Why?
What for? What are we doing?
Why?
A
I
poll on?
want to know. I want to know of the old school, old original gangsters here. Which was the funniest day on Casey's stream? Was it the butt drugs day? Now the
That was
butt drugs
funny.
thing
That was
got
really
legs
good.
under it, and that ran for a week.
Yeah.
But was it the butt drugs day, or was it 4-leaf clover guy, or do you have a third option? But I want to know. I'd really love to know what the majority of the people think, because most of the people were there for both of those. That's what I want to know. Not tonight, maybe another time.
Oh yeah,
I
we
know
can
it might
do
be a
we can do
little
that
late this
poll
evening.
tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. We'll do it.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
make a note. Maybe something to look forward to. I'd like to know. And if anyone else can think of another day that stands out, I mean, I'd like to think that they're all entertaining and funny and full of knowledge, but I want to know if people have a particular favorites going back the last almost 4 years of which ones they thought stood out among some of the others.
What if
Is
I
hot
skim
water heater
through-
day? Is that comedy or is that more drama?
I just want to know as far as entertainment value, which it doesn't have to be necessarily comedic. It could be anything.
I want.
I'm gonna skim through thousands of hours, and we'll just make a compilation of clips.
Like it.
You're laughing, but some people, Pro Jewelers already clipped a bunch of stuff out. If him and somebody else was doing it, they would. If there was a day where something particularly funny hopped up with Yucca or whatever, they would clip a little bit of it out and put it somewhere in Casey's Discord here.
Yeah,
But that was a little fun thing of just a few seconds of a clip. But I'm just saying, looking back on the past, almost 4 years or whatever, what stood out as some of the funniest moments or days, even if it was, was it the day that, we had to sneeze and whatever. I'm just saying, I just like to know out of all of that content, which ones people felt were the most entertaining.
Yeah.
And then I'm compiling the numbers for today real quick here so that you can have those. Give me a minute. And yes, Apex did go 448 today. The numbers for the day today, I had 444, Nana had 460, Apex had 448, and Tech had, let's see, what did Tech have? Tech had 437. Let's see here for today. And I will copy and paste that over to Tech so he has it. And also to Apex. And those
Captain
were
Austin says that the day we room rated other
Oh, I was
AMC
gonna
stock
just say
streamers,
that. I was just gonna say that.
spamming 2 weeks, and Tendies got banned and unbanned in 5 minutes.
Yes,
Will
I
always
was
hold a
just gonna say
special
that.
spot in my life. There you go, Captain
who
Awesome.
was
saying
that?
said that in the
Who
chat.
was that?
Captain
though?
Awesome. That's Captain Awesome.
No. Who
Oh, I was
who did we
just gonna
raid
say
at
that
the time? It
now.
was like I
Crazy.
can't. What was his name? I can't remember his
TMI. We
name.
went to TMI's.
Yeah, it was when we did TMI. It was actually TMI and Trey. They were doing it together. And I'll never forget because as soon as we started typing 2 weeks, I watched Trey have this like really funny like smirk on his face, like he knew something was up. And TMI just got all pissed off while he's like, "How come our moderators aren't getting this?" and it was funny because I knew Trey knew.
It must have been before my time because
Yeah.
I never got to go any raids with you guys.
Trey
We tried
knew.
one time, but it never.
Yeah, Trey knew. He knew what was going on, and he didn't really comment. But TMI got a little bent out of shape out of the whole thing. He thought it was like,
Oh man,
he didn't like it. It was pretty funny. Apex. All right. Cool. All right. I think it's time to shut this down.
All right.
That's cool, man. This was fun.
We're
I'm
not
I'm
over.
up an hour past bedtime. So I mean, 8 o'clock is late for me. This is 9 my time, so I'm billing somebody for I don't know triple time or something here. So.
We're gonna see you when? We're gonna see you in like 2 weeks from now.
No, you'll see me tomorrow night. I'll do 7 o'clock again. I don't want to go till 9, but
All right, there we go.
And then Thursday we got to do the. I want to support the one in his live stream or his space call on Thursday night, and then Friday night I can do another 7 o'clock on Friday night too.
Who's the one? Is that Neo?
No, Captain Awesome. It wasn't. I know it wasn't TME. It was definitely not TME because TME was actually always really like that guy's super cool. It was some other guy that was. I don't want. It was. I know it wasn't Optimus, but it was like he had some other kind of. It was like trading with. It was like trading. I think trading
with emotions.
No. There was like the trading was like in the name of it, but it was something else though. It was like gosh, what was that guy's name?
Ants trading?
No.
See you, Danny.
Later, Danny.
Trading spaces?
I don't
Trading
remember what his
places?
name. I don't remember who it was. It was so long ago. I don't know. It's time.
Usually, if you Google it, it's weird. Like the algo will find it. But we need to know the names. What am I talking about?
Yeah, so just for everybody who's here, Janito, because Janito just showed up. Everybody, I'm going to be doing 7 o'clock streams for about an hour and a half on Monday through Friday for this week and next week, except for this Thursday. This Thursday, I'm going to leave it open to the one who's going to have a space call where he has a special guest coming to speak, and so I want to be there to support that. And that's gonna be for 2 weeks, and then after that, I can do. I should be able to move back to where I was doing like the morning live streams on Tuesday through Thursday, but Mondays and Tuesdays I won't be able to do, or Mondays and Fridays I won't be able to do it all. So, but yeah, that's gonna be my new schedule.
That's encouraging. I thought we were going to be relegated to just an hour in the evening. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you were going to continue to do anything in the mornings.
Yeah, cool. I enjoyed it, guys. I really did.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Right on, right on, right on.
All right.
All right, keep it tight, man.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Peace.
Keep it tight.
See you, man.
Well, guys, as usual, all good things must eventually come to an end. Eat, sleep, drink, get plenty of rest. Tomorrow's another training day. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends. Take your pets out for a walk because they like getting outdoors too. And for crying out loud, go see an AMC movie because after all, that's what we're here to do is help support AMC. But above all else, don't have a good night. Have a great night.
Shove up that deck, get off my neck. Content strike, ain't got me a check.